Hi guys, Irit here with a new process video, and this one is for Hip Kit Club. I'm using the beautiful January kits, and you saw before I started with two photos. I wasn't sure which one I wanted to scrap, and then this one kind of called out to me because of the soft colors, and yeah, I really wanted to scrap this one, but I will use the other photo for the next time. So I'm starting with just going through the papers, going through my scraps, and I really sometimes I edit some parts out just because I think they are boring or, make the video too long. But this time I really left almost my entire process, so you can see all the incarnations that this layout went through. Now I was fussy cutting that flower and it's not going to make it to the final layout, but I don't know, I decided I wanted to use it at the beginning and then I don't. So I'm trying to not use some white cardstock all the time, and I found this piece of beautiful cardstock from the Cardstock kit, and it was a little bit too, I don't know, boring for me somehow, a little bit too dark. So I wanted to give it some texture and add some lightness. So I just spread some white paint. This is just regular white paint. You can do the same with gesso. I just had the paint near me, so strictly for laziness reasons here. And I really like how that looks, but you will see that I don't end up using it as a 12 by 12. I just felt that with the ripped edges of my pattern papers, it was just a bit too much, and it just wasn't really my style or what I had in mind. It was a little bit too, I would say, kind of on the shabby chic side, which is beautiful. It's just not usually where my style goes. I know that's not a proper sentence. Anyway, it's not even 8 in the morning. It's Sunday. Everyone woke up early. I've had coffee, but one cup it's not enough. Anyway, the thing that I had in mind while I was making this was kind of to go with a loose, I don't know, kind of like office supply theme. So these, file folders that you have in offices, but because I had that tab punch. I got a tab punch. I got it from Amazon, Germany, and I really wanted to use it. So that's kind of where it came from. But, I'm just tweaking it a little bit because those ripped edges, hopefully you won't find those in office, like in file folders and all that. But I don't know, that's kind of the concept I had in mind. And this thing with the title totally happened. I noticed these two words, the hello love, on the sticker sheet that I have there on the left side. It's from the Project Life kit, and the colors went perfectly with my color scheme, that soft mint and pink that coordinate so beautifully with my photo. So I grabbed them and I'm attaching them to the edges of my folders there, or whatever I made of it. And it's kind of, like where a tab would sit, but it's my title. So I don't know, those are kind of the thoughts I had in mind. That's how it came together. And I also have there a journaling card. It's one of the 3x4 cards from the Project Life kit, and I stitched on this tab that I punched from one of the pattern papers. So I was realizing that I don't like my background, that 12 by 12 piece of cardstock with the white paint. So I auditioned a few other papers, and I decided to go with white cardstock, but still add a little bit of that cardstock that colored cardstock that I created. So a third is always a good, measurement to go with. It's very pleasing to the eye. So this piece is probably around 4 inches tall, and I'm going to place it behind my papers, and the basic design is kind of done. I added some stitching around my pattern papers and also at the border of that ripped piece of cardstock I have there at the bottom, and now I'm just deciding how I want to embellish this. And I don't know, because there are all these like layers, and I'm showing you the stitching, all the layers of pattern papers, and they're kind of big, and I decided to place it in the middle of my 12 by 12 because it was because they were so big. I usually place it on the side, but it was just, I don't know, it felt like it would look good in the middle. So I don't have a lot of room for embellishments, and I don't want to make this too busy. I need a place for my journaling card. I decided I wanted to tuck it behind my photo, but I placed adhesive there, so I need to get rid of that adhesive so I can have this kind of pocket where I can tuck my journaling in. And now it fits. So I really went through the embellishments and kind of went with the soft colors that I felt would work with my color scheme. I didn't want to introduce more colors. I really wanted this to be soft and light, and this is one of the things I love about hip kits. Oh, I'm showing you how I layered these 2 butterflies, and this idea was inspired by Sue's Fish. I saw her do this on several layouts, and I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful detail. And I had these butterflies from the Moonstruck ephemera pack that we got in the main kit. And now I am searching for, I decided that I thought there were 3 golden butterflies in the ephemera pack. So I went hunting, but there aren't. There are only 2. I had to go online and look. So I can only use 2 of these layered butterflies that look exactly the same. And I'm showing you that I put a little bit of foam adhesive between the wings of the butterfly, so it would have that dimension, and it looks beautiful. It's such a beautiful detail, and it will probably get a little bit smooshed with time in your albums, but it will still keep some dimension. So I decided to just go with 2 butterflies, and I'm going to tuck also those flowers behind my paper layers. And the flowers are from an exclusive die cut pack we got, I think, in the embellishment kit, I want to say. And it had some beautiful pieces that I've used in other layouts also. So what I was saying is that what I love about the kits is how versatile they are. And if you look at the layout that I created last week, I used a really big photo with very intense, I would say, colors, and some dark colors also. And I still managed to find in the kit tons of things that coordinated with that color scheme, with that more dramatic, intense color scheme. And here I'm using really the lightest of the items. So they are super versatile, and I think if you kind of decide early on, let's say, a more limited color scheme, then that limits your options. You'll still have plenty of options, but it kind of makes the process faster when you don't have everything possible. So you kind of have to make do with what you have, and I like that. I enjoy scrapbooking, but I want to also get it done in a reasonable amount of time. For me, it's just because I don't have a lot of time, and I want to have something to show for it, like a layout done and in my album. So limiting my options really works well for me, and that's why I kind of decide relatively fast on a more limited color scheme. I think in most of my layouts, they might go a bit more colorful at the end if I add some little bits and pieces of different colors, but mostly they have probably like two dominant colors. So I really want to add another tab, and I feel there's this space at the top of my photo that would that a tab would look good there. So I went through the cards to find another pattern that would work, and I didn't. But I did find this little die cut that looked like a film ticket stub or something like that, and I managed to punch it into a tab. Now, sadly, I'm going to mess it up with some stitching, and it's going to it's going to make it a little bit harder to read what it says. I think happiness is here with you. Sorry, that was super fast. But yeah, I added the stitching right on the little print, and it kind of messes it up. But yeah, I didn't have another one of these die cuts to use, so that's it. I can't change that. And my final finishing touches are going to be a few of these rub-on butterflies, just the ones that were really light and minty. And I'm going to add some of those pretty enamel triangles that also came in the Project Life kit, I think. And that will be it for this layout. So this was really fun to make. I love all the cute little embellishments. The photo has such beautiful soft colors, and I managed to find in the kit colors that really complemented it and brought out all those pretty colors. So I was very happy about that. I didn't plan this ahead. I just had these relatively new photos of my two girls, and I wanted to scrap them. And yeah, I love how it all worked. If you can't, make it work, it doesn't have to match. Your photos totally don't have to match your papers and everything. That's just this issue that I have. I like all my colors to match, and it's a problem, but you don't have to. But if you do like that and you find yourself kind of struggling, then try using black and white photos. That will help. Thanks so much for watching. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.